Hey, good afternoon. This is Pete from figlife.com, and it is October 6th here in Northern Virginia, and I've moved a few of my figs into the grow room in the basement, and one of those figs is Colonel Littman's Black Cross, and this is a well-known variety that is known to have a really good flavor. It's a Black Madeira type, or a type that is similar to Black Madeira. Some people say there's a slight difference with Colonel Littman's Black Cross as compared to Black Madeira. But in any case, it's a very good tasting fig that is similar to Black Madeira. And it is one of the first ones that I moved down in the grow room. And unfortunately, when I moved it down there, I didn't have a lot of experience transitioning it over from the wetter environment out here to the drier environment in the grow room. And it ended up losing pretty much all of its leaves. So these figs have unfortunately ripened without really any leaves on the tree, and so I'm kind of expecting the quality to be affected by that, but I'm going to go ahead and, since they are turning soft and turning black, I am going to go ahead and pick those and try them and see if there's anything salvageable from this Colonel Littman's Black Cross tree. So let's go take a look at that tree now. Hey, good afternoon. So today I'm going to look at Colonel Littman's Black Cross, which is a tree I've had for a couple years now. You can see kind of where I cut it last year, and then I got some good branching coming off of it this year. So I think this is in its second year now. And I've got this in the grow lights because I had a lot of figs that were looking like this, just kind of green, and I didn't have a good spot for it in the sun outside. So I brought it here in the grow lights. And this was one of the first ones I brought in here. And as I've mentioned in some other videos, I'm doing some experimentation here with the grow lights, trying to get some figs to ripen on the grow lights. And unfortunately, for this one, when I brought it in here, I was still trying to figure out how I want to transition the watering over from being very wet outside to being drier inside. And I was too late in adding water, because I was letting the existing soil dry out a little bit, and it got completely dried out, and it ended up dropping all of its leaves. So I don't have any leaves on this. So, you know, so I had a bunch of figs ripen here on Colonel Littman's Black Cross, but I'm not sure that these will be good quality figs. But that's what I've got. That's what I've got for Colonel Littman's Black Cross, and it will grow some new leaves here, and those leaves will probably be well acclimated to this new environment, this grow room environment. Whereas previously the tree was acclimated for outside. So this will recover. It's just that, I think that most of these figs will already kind of have come and gone by the time these new leaves grow out, and then just because I've got other trees that I want to move in here, I'm probably just going to take this Colonel Littman's Black Cross out of here. So bottom line is, I think the figs that I'm getting here are going to be low quality because of that leaf drop that occurred, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna take these, see what I've got here, and then, if none of them are good, I'm probably just going to move this Colonel Littman's Black Cross back outside. So just so they can have room for a different variety in here, maybe probably one that I haven't tried before. So anyway, let me go take these ones here outside. I'll take a look at them, see what the inside looks like, and see what they taste like. All right, so I'm here outside with my quasi-ripe Colonel Littman's Black Cross figs. Again, these are probably going to be pretty poor quality, just because they ripened, the leaves dropped at just the worst possible time, because the figs were just starting to ripen. But we'll see. Maybe one of these is salvageable. I just don't think there'll be a lot of sugars to these figs, but we'll see. But the decision to move the figs into the grow room, I certainly don't regret that. And so some of the stuff, the leaf drop, I mean, that's just stuff where I've got to learn how to transition them over into that much different environment a little bit more smoothly. And the Colonel Littman's Black Cross was kind of the worst off of all of them in terms of that transition, because I waited too long to add the water, as I mentioned. But I don't regret moving them in there, because it rained here just a little bit. It didn't rain that much today, but it rained a little bit. And I ended up, I already threw it away, otherwise I'd show it on camera, but I ended up with this big bag full of garbage figs. Just a little bit of rain and all kinds of splitting. I got SWD everywhere. It's just a big mess. So it's just, you know, it's days like that when you get the rain come through that it's just kind of frustrating growing figs, because you don't necessarily get a lot of good figs to eat. You get a lot of bad figs that you need to throw away. So anyway, let me go ahead and cut these up, actually, and let me take a couple photos of these. Let me go ahead and cut these up. One more thing. Let me get a weight on these. Not milliliters. There we go. Okay, so 30 grams for that one, 30 for that one, and 28. So what's the average there? Like 29 point something. All right, let me cut these open. All right, well, it looks okay. I mean, the bottom half looks ripened, but then the top half kind of doesn't. It's one of those. That looks kind of rotten. I'm not sure I'll eat that one. See what this one looks like. Ooh, not ripe, not ripe, not ripe. Be nice if I just got one nice one, you know. Ooh, rotten. That's what happens when you don't have any leaves on the tree. Okay. Actually, that one might be okay. There might be some goodness there in that one. Maybe. This does not look good. No. And last one. Negative. All right, so what do I got here? Is there anything salvageable here? I think this one actually looks probably better than the rest. Looks like there's a little spoilage there on the bottom, but it might be salvageable, maybe. Ugh, boy. All right. Well, I'm glad I didn't leave these on the tree any longer, because there's just some rotting occurring now. Is really all that's happening. Not ripening, but rotting. Okay. So, you know, this is a variety that it's no surprise what this tastes like, or I should say, there's no doubt that this is a good tasting fig. There have been many reviews done on Colonel Littman's Black Cross, and the consensus is that this is a very good tasting fig, similar to Black Madeira, but maybe slightly different. So, you know, I don't think that it's necessary per se for me to pass judgment on this fig, because I think there's already a lot of judgment out there. But it would have been nice to have tried some. So I think, you know, my biggest takeaway from this is really just learning those lessons about how to transition the trees over under those grow lights, and applying those lessons to all the other varieties, so that I don't have the other varieties do this. But let me go ahead and try a little bit of this Colonel Littman's Black Cross. Okay, that was actually pretty good. That was actually quite good, that little piece. Let me try this larger chunk. Okay, that was okay. And here's an even larger chunk. This is maybe my largest chunk of Colonel Littman's Black Cross. Whoa, that was actually really good. Just a really nice, actually quite a bit of sweetness. and it's got a real gelatinous texture to it, which I've noticed the Grow Light figs tend to get that a lot, is that more gelatinous texture. And a nice berry flavor. So that was pretty good, actually. Makes me wish the rest of these weren't ruined like they are. But they are ruined. So anyway, that looks like that's about all I will get off Colonel Littman's Black Cross. But no doubt that is an excellent tasting variety. Probably a lot of the same strengths and weaknesses that the other Black Madeira types have, which is that they can produce really good tasting figs, but they can be a challenge to ripen in the kind of climate that I'm in right now. So, and then obviously there's those lessons to be learned about moving them into the Grow Lights and then successfully transitioning them over in there. I need to be quicker on giving them a little bit of water. So that was my Colonel Littman's Black Cross. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com. Thanks.